I'm going to record us doing a lot of doing nothing, and you guys are completely anonymous, so have no fear of having your anonymity blown. Wiggle your legs out a couple of times. Nice deep breath together while air is still free. Welcome if you're just joining in. Welcome if you're watching a recorded version of this on YouTube or Tumblr or Rumble or Stockfish or whatever one of the million streaming services you're using. We're just breathing. Today's theme is peace begins within, so that makes sense, doesn't it? I think everyone wants to be a harbinger of peace in the world, and yet if we're not peaceful ourselves, it's hard to transmit something we don't have. Number one on the checklist of peace is calm and peaceful breathing. Swallow once, circle your jaw around, let residual tension disperse from our bodies. It does gather, so we let it disperse. Good, you're doing great. Couple more minutes on the back. Another cultivation of peace is the slowing down of the volume of thinking. Generally, peaceful people aren't assailed by manic, endless, high volume thinking. Okay, and there's one other great technique that peaceful people use to be peaceful, and that is they assimilate, integrate their feelings. So feel whatever your feels are, breathe your feels, feel your breathes. Don't repress, don't suppress. Just observe, breathe. Good. Then the great prayer of acceptance. I accept exactly what I'm feeling, where I'm at, who I am, and how it is right here, right now. Good. Then really big, deep inhale, accepting all of it, allowing all of it, and a full exhale, releasing it. We're calm and present souls. This might be the Sunday where we just lay on our back all day long. Good. Now, please, if you would, if you will, wiggle your fingers and toes and circulate feels that you like through your body. That's an odd thought that we could actually conjure and cultivate the feelings we want rather than it's random or it's done by some external agency, isn't it? Good. Arms up to the ceiling. Lace your hands. Mild stretch up over your head. Mild. Just a little writhing on the floor. All right, and then we'll hug our knees in for gentle knee hugging and just a little back rolling. Very good. And then you may please sit up in whichever way you like. You could bounce, roll, you could wiggle, you could shimmy, you could ask somebody else to help you up, but we'll sit up together. I thought I'd wear bright yellow today to represent perhaps the return of sunshine. I'm going to make elephant ears and wave to my friends like this. And it's Sunday, and we have a good crew. And welcome if you're joining live, or welcome if you're joining recorded. My name is, I'm some guy, and I'm recovering from an absolutely magnificent migraine headache. And I'm just going to close my eyes for a moment and breathe with my friends. This is if you haven't come to this class, it's very different. It's unusual in that there's a lot of practicing being here now rather than being there then. Eyes are closed, attention turns inward. The five senses are aimed inward to, well, what's inside of you. What do you see and feel and taste and touch and smell inside of yourself? Anything? If peace begins within, are you peaceful within? Okay, we'll do a little breath work because it's my obligation and duty and challenge and fun to teach a yoga class. Exhale all the air out. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you know the count. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, release. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Release, 2, 3, 4, 5. By Jove, I think they've got it. 3 in and 5 out. Take it up on your own, if you would. How long can you do it before you get distracted? Okay, then we'll chant an Om together and then I've got some ideas. Inhale. What does it feel like inside of you if you chant Om? Does it change anything? Can you notice a difference? Do you notice a difference? Okay, we can open our eyes. There's my beast cat who just absolutely punctured my arm. I'm suffering a possibly fatal effusion of blood here. So this is waiting for Godot here as I stem the tide. Now, here's what we're going to do. First of all, we're going to bring our hands into our heart, if you please would. And the intention I'm going to set is that we have an insight, an understanding, an epiphany, an inspiration that uplifts us and helps us on the path to enlightenment. And I'm not sure what that is. I don't want to outline or presume. But I know anytime two or more are gathered in the spirit, that great wisdom is showered upon them. I truly believe that. If you believe that, it gets stronger together. God, love, source, being, infinite, higher organizing wisdom, Shiva, Ganesh, Buddha, Jesus, Zoroaster, IHOP, whatever you like to be called today. Fill us up with wisdom, insight, and knowledge. All right. Now, normally we don't do standing stuff on Sunday, but we're going to do very easy standing joint juice to open up our limbs and lever system so that yin yoga feels really good. So we're going to stand up, and that way my cat won't have access to my arm anymore and cannot extract any more blood from me. I may need a transfusion after this effusion at the yoga fusion. We're just zombie stepping left and right. The cool thing about Sunday yoga is you don't have to figure it out. It's not a logical linear progression. We're going to swim from the left side of our brain. Yep, that's your fault, dude. You stepped underneath my foot, bro. You might have to go outside. Peace begins within. 2, 1. Look at this thing just attacking me from all angles. Okay, swing your arms freely. Close your eyes. If you have a wild animal killing you. Too bad. It's your karma. Left side of our brain over to the right side where the blue whales are swimming. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Pretty simple, isn't it? All you got to do is move left foot forward, right toenail polish, smear it around on your carpet. And then swirl your ankle the other way. 6, 7, 8. Sink into your feet. And if you are comfortable, reasonably not uncomfortable, if you're reasonably not uncomfortable closing your eyes, do that. Hang your shoulders, drop your chin, sink into the earth. Stop thinking. Good, very nice. Come out, open your eyes, right foot forward. Please to turn on to left toenails and just whirligig your ankle. It's good for it. Sunday yoga is good for you. And then we might consider going the other way. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll sink in. If you came to Saturday class yesterday, I timed the onset of a spectacular migraine exactly when that class started, and it was a real entertainment experience to watch. I'm sure for those who, plus I took an experimental new drug from my neurologist. Good. Very nice, you guys. Come out. And we're going to roll our head around. Everybody has some kind of life cross to bear, don't we? You have migraines, or you have kids, or you have, there's something. 5, 6, 7. Other way. You have a murderous black mountain puma. Somebody gave you a kitten not realizing they were a wild animal. Now you got to deal. 6, 7. Now maybe my favorite yoga pose, falling asleep in public, letting your chin hang down. If you still have full factory installed range of motion in your neck, your chest will actually hit, your chin will actually hit your chest. If you've ever had a baby or been around a baby, it takes them a few months to control their head, right? So I guess moms learn to support their baby's head until they develop that. But be a baby for a sec. Let your head relax down. I haven't had babies yet. Shoulders, crunch. When I get migraines, my shoulders seize up and turn into glaciers. So I like to crack open a cold one. Boy, my cat is really frisky right now. If you see me taken down, help. Other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, we're doing my least favorite restorative pose today, so I thought I would market it that way. 7, 8. And wristies. Anytime you see my recliner over here on my left with a bunch of pillows, You know we're going to do Supta Ardha Virasana, other way. Shake out your hands. I might as well tattoo my forearms with all the cat cuts. What should I, how about scratch here would be a good tattoo for my forearms. Flippy flops. Good. Cup your hands at your heart, and I invite you to say a blessing or a prayer for yourself. I always recommend in childlike, innocent language asking the universe, God, love, source for the thing most wanted or needed. Usually it's the spontaneous, direct, simple prayers that are the most effective. God, please give me a new house. That's a good prayer. Okay, then we'll do the arms thing. We have an arms race. The arms go up. The arms go out. And one more. One more for the kids. We'll lace our hands behind our back. I'm just gonna stretch. I'm gonna lift my arms and stretch my chest forward. I'm trying to break my t-shirt. Lifting my arms. Now I've watched contortionists on YouTube. It's a weird thing that I do, but their arms can go all the way up over their head. And you don't want to do that. Good, and relax your arms, flop. Inhale them up this way. Feet together. Push up. Side bend left. Easy peasy. Easy does it. Inhale. Have you ever heard the phrase, easy does it? That's clearly wrong, isn't it? Easy never does it. Maybe it does. Inhale, kids. And we'll bring our hands down to our hippies. We'll step out wide, toes in a little bit, and we're going to Magellan our undercarriages around. So your Ferdinand Magellan, it's 1519 is the year, and off he goes to sail around the world. Other way. He almost made it too. He died in Madagascar, but his ship made it back, so he's credited with being the first guy to circumnavigate his globes. 7, 8. Inhale up. And feet together. When I was a little kid, I used to read encyclopedias, and I was the smartest kid in class until the 7th grade. Then it all went to hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I couldn't solve for X in the 7th grade, so that was it for me. Exhale out. All right, let's have a seat. That's some joint warm up. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. Let's do cobbler's pose, peach cobbler's pose, and we'll wag our knees a little bit to stretch them out. I was big into geography when I was a little kid. Unfortunately, geography wasn't a big career choice. Now massage the middle center bottom of your feet. Sure is good to see you guys. I hope everything is going swimmingly for you. I live in constant terror of being attacked by my cat. Now wag your knees a little. Now put your left elbow inside your left knee and massage. I forgot the name of this Ayurvedic point inside. I think it's called the inside your knee point, but it's a good point. Ah. Now I'm going to lean over and I'm going to push in with my right arm here. Going to drop my chin. Going to probably fall asleep on camera. Wouldn't be the first time. Nothing like waking up on camera after a blackout. It's embarrassing. Good, you guys. Now we're going to massage this pressure point inside this knee. Now, what does this pressure point of the knee associate with? Fear. Knees associate with fear. Our knees knock and they tremble when we're scared. So, what's another line from Scripture? Confirm the knees, strengthen the hands. Good press in there and push that knee down. Now, you probably can't do this, but too bad if you can't. Push them both all the way down. Now, this is to keep you from inadvertently levitating, which is a problem if you do a lot of yoga. Saint Teresa was a Catholic nun renowned for levitating. The other nuns had to hold her down. She was the inspiration for the wonderful 60s TV show, The Flying Nun. Where else can you get information like this? Hopefully nowhere. Now squeeze your knees in together. Hug your knees, your heels into your bottom, which I can't really do, but I can grab my elbows and I'm going to squeeze the stuff out of myself. I'm going to squeeze the stuff out of myself. Now, see my head way down here? See the middle cat bed? Look at that. How do you like those apples? Did you ever see the movie Good Will Hunting? I wish the guy said, I don't really like apples that much. Would have ruined the whole movie. Relax your shoulders. Just withdraw away from the world. Go into your own sanctum sanctorum. Good. Now, there's a couple of ways to learn balance. One is to think about it and read a bunch of books on it, or you could actually balance. So you just grab your big toes like this, and you go like this. Now, I'm not going to ask you to straighten your legs. I'm just going to ask you to sit way forward. When you're in your car and you get into a car that someone else has adjusted your seat way back, adjust your seat way forward. Pull your knees in. You have an adjustable steering wheel. This is some of the best yoga metaphors that have ever been said in human history. Pull the steering wheel closer to you, please. Close your eyes and balance. And if you get the balance point just right, you'll go weightless. You'll not feel any weight. And if you don't feel weightless, just wait. I'm trying to get my knees behind me. I'm trying to put my knees in the back seat. If you just came into class and are suddenly thrust into this pose, too bad, too bad. And we'll do this for the rest of the class until everybody gets a burning resentment. I've caused a few. Good. Now we're going to bring our feety pies down. Yay. Whoo! Now, wag out your knees a little bit after that ordeal. Admit it, you liked it. Okay. Now, finally, we're going to get rid of all mental tension in our bodies, anxiety, PTSD, all that gunk. To do that, what you do is you slide your feet out further, like out there, further away, and then you take a banky and you put it over your left ankle like that. If you don't have a blanket, how can you not have a blanket? What's wrong with you? Put your right ankle over your left one. I don't have a blanket. I couldn't do the class. Now I'm going to pull back on my hippies a little bit. And I'm just going to lean forward and hydraulically crush my ankles together. It's so good. Now, you may not know this, but you have two bones in your shin. Can you name them? If you can't name them, just combine them into one bone called the tibula. There's the tibia and the Santa Maria and the pinto. Now, as you come down, wiggle your toes, I suppose. Now, from my fingertips, I'm going to inhale and elongate my spine. Then I'm going to relax down and smell my feet. And my head's going to relax. I'm going to stop thinking so much. I have a thinking problem. When I start thinking, I just keep thinking and thinking. And then I stop. Don't overdo it. Don't underdo it. Just do it. There's this gooey stuff in between the bones of our shins. It's called interosseous material. And when you're a young pup, it's all gooey and soft, and you're flexible and moldable. And you can, as you get older, you ossify, you get opinionated, you have points of view, you have attitudes that are crusty and permanent and intractable. And then, well, then you're hopeless. So this gets us soft and pliable and moldable and shapeable again. Inhale, look out and forward toward your exceedingly bright future. Exhale and deepen into it. Now I'm going to ask you to do something interesting. Imagine something really neato. Now, imagination means it hasn't happened yet. Are you playing saxophone with a great? Are you riding bikes with a billionaire? Are you sailing on your yacht? Are you speaking a new language fluently? Imagine something cool. Nothing's more tragic than a constrained imagination, I would imagine. Now, your imagination is going deeper into your body because we're opening up our interosseous material. Relax your shoulders, those get ossified too. Okay, kitty mittens, come out of your imaginary state. Einstein said logic will take you from A to B, but imagination will take you anywhere. Now, there's my right ankle out there. Going to smooth it and get any crinkles and wrinkles. Some more people have showed up for class. It's really good to see you. Thanks for wandering in. We're having a heck of a good time. I'm putting this over the top. Then this ankle goes right over the other one. Then I waddle my hips back a little bit. I'm going to elongate my spine, and I'm going to fold over my pearl of great price. I'm going to relax my head, and I'm going to let my shins, my calves, my ankles, my feet, and my toes unlax, exlax. Ever heard that saying, somebody is sought in their ways? S-O-T, sought, ossified, crystallized, unwavering, unmovable, opinionated. That's none of us, but you know people like that. They haven't adopted a new attitude. They're cocksure. They're certain they know everything. And you don't want to hang out with them. Now from fingertips, long spine, look forward. Now exhale and imagine something different. Imagine a scenario. Doesn't have to make sense. In fact, sometimes it's good if it doesn't. A poodle riding a unicycle sideways over the Eiffel Tower. French poodle. Do you ever want to write a book or a song or a play? That takes imagination, doesn't it? Two more breathings. Good. Then they arose up together after stimulating their imaginations. Could you imagine? Okay, then they remove this. Now, another way to fire up your creativity and imagination is to chant, because the sound of Om is the sound of creation before it's shaped into something. It's like breath before it goes through an instrument. It's potential for anything. Let's big inhale together. Go loud enough so you don't hear me. Feel that. In yoga, we allow our feelings to come to the surface because it's energy, and we need energy and verve and emotion to create. Unless you're done, if you're done creating in your life, then quell and suppress all emotion. Be unusually happy for no reason. It just blows the lid off of reality. Okay, now we're going to get mental tension and ossified, crystallized thinking out of our forearms now, because we have two bones here, the tibia and the fibia. Just kidding. Now, arms out, palms up. And this is why we do this, because of the crustiness that coagulates and crystallizes in our wristies. Drop your chin. Close your eyes. And just let your mind go completely still and quiet. And then you'll hear the still small voice of God whispering extraordinary inspiration, guidance, wisdom, ideas in. Why are kids so creative and imaginative and fun to be around? Because they're spontaneous. They're not set in their ways. They're not so opinionated just yet. Don't worry, adults will ruin them soon enough, but they sure are fun to hang out with before they let the walls close in around them. Yogis break out of that. Okay, one more pose, and then we'll do my least favorite pose. Yeah. Okay, we're going to go in turtle and out turtles. In turtle, out turtle, in turtle, out turtle. Good, then I'm going to bring them behind my back. Going to bring my hands up to my bra strap. Going to pack my wrists into my pits. Going to put my elbows inside my. I used to not be able to get my elbows inside my knees. And then I'm going to squeeze my knees together. I'm going to rip my arms off. Stop thinking. People say, well, you can't stop thinking. Yes, you can. I can stop thinking whenever I feel like it. If you can't control your thinking, you're a disaster area. It's just, it's so obvious. All right. Now, I've got exciting news for you. I got some exciting news. We're going to do my least favorite yoga pose. It's called Supta Ardha Virasana, and I take more props to do it than anybody else I've ever seen. And I need a recliner, 7 bolsters, 10 blankets, 7 blocks, a harness, a crane, and a positive attitude. Now, it's probably easier for you than it is for me. So, this is the one where you have to kneel and then you lean back. Now, I have a knee thing, I have a thing, I have a knee thing, I got issues and problems just like you, but I've learned with my very large brain how to kneel and lean back in a supported fashion. Now, do I kneel and lean back all the way on the floor like 13-year-old Romanian gymnasts? No, I lean back like 66-year-old golfing guy who wears plaid on golf courses. Okay? So you just get something so that you can kneel and lean back. You can lean back over your couch, your ottoman. You could not do it all together and just get some buttered popcorn and watch people do stuff. But this is the yin part of practice where we go into a pose for approximately a while. Now, don't make it hurt, because if it hurts, that's on you. It's not on me. My job is not to manage your nervous system. That's your job. Your job is to manage your nervous system and other people's nervous system. and then breathe. And if you did it well, you'll thrive and prosper. If you built the pose poorly, you'll suffer, but you'll learn from that. And about 2, 3 minutes, if you need to come out, it's okay. I'm only leaning back at about a 45-degree angle. And this does the all important stretching of the front of our body, which nobody ever does. And that's why everybody is a facade. They're all crystallized in the front of their body. A lot of people are like those Western storefronts in those old 1950s Western movies. It's all front and no back. Now, it's been proven my yoga students are smarter than almost all the other ones, so I trust that you were able to build something where you could kneel and lean back without compound fractures. So now silence for 2 minutes. Breathe from your tummy, not your chest. Yoga, one definition of yoga is the ability to mold and shape yourself into the shape optimal for the situation. That's a nice definition, isn't it? You're a shapeshifter. You can shape and mold your physical countenance to optimally suit your situation. If you can't do that, then life hurts. Okay, now remaining kneeling, we're just going to sit up and kneel. Now, I want to talk about kneeling for a moment because if you're older than 40 years old, if you are, if you're older than 40 and can kneel and lean back, you're in like the 1% of people that can do that. Most people over 40, if you ask them to kneel and lean back, they won't be your friends anymore. So that's how tragic people have become in this position. So just to kneel and to lean back, let's not compare ourselves to 13-year-old Romanian gymnasts. If you can just kneel and lean back, you are ahead of the game. Try it one more time. Just kneel and lean back. If you're really bad at it, just note, hey, I'm really bad at this pose. I'm gonna find some way to accommodate this shape in my body. Now, some of you actually like this pose. You can kneel and lean back with immunity and impunity. You can even take your arms up over your head, like I call it pin-up position. It's like Betty Grable. Guys painted this pose on their bombers in World War II. They wouldn't paint me, trust me. Okay, so I think I've driven the point home, haven't I? So we'll come up out of this pose. You're better for it. Good job, kitty cats. Now, a good deal of the pose is just getting out of it. A lot of yoga isn't not only getting into predicaments, but getting out of predicaments. So you did it. Proud of you guys. Now we're in the home stretch. It's 12:01. It's high noon. So when your knees have been bent like that, you counterpose by extending them out in front of you. See that? Now my knees aren't bent no more. They're straightened out. Or as Bart Simpson used to say, get unbent. Stretch up.
Here's some information.
Siri is always interrupting me. You may not have seen it yesterday, but now I have. Alexa, is yoga good for you?
Some health benefits commonly associated with yoga include reducing stress, relieving anxiety, reducing inflammation, improving heart health.
Thank you, Siri. Pause. So Siri and Alexa are competing for my interests now.
Improving flexibility and balance.
Pause down, feet in, lift up.
Healthy eating promotion, increasing strength.
Alexa, pause. Good, now come on down, kids. Now for Shavasana today, I'm going to multitask. I'm going to remove the pillow, the bolster, the other pillow, the other bolster, the other bolster, the two blocks, the other pillow. I'm not obsessive or anything. And I'm going to pull the recliner in. I'm going to move that pillow, that blanket, and this cushion from Westerbeek Ranch that I stole from them. Then, to conclude today's hilarity, now my knees go in and we laid on our backs together. You don't have to have a recliner to do this. You just have to have a good attitude and use your imagination. And this makes your legs higher than your heart. It allows your brain to go spilling back like you're going down the rapids slowly. And a lot of people fall asleep in this pose because it feels like you're falling asleep in this pose. Now, I did forget to mention that you could put something underneath your behind. Oh, that is the bomb. Now my hiney is higher than my heart. And we will Shavasana, corpse pose, for 6 glorious, untethered soul minutes together. Enjoy. Let your eyes roll back, unfocus. Okay, now it's time for the Church of Greg to the degree that I do it. If you'd like to invite God, love, source, wisdom, truth, beauty, infinite, higher organizing principle, IHOP for short, into your mortal coil, it's a good time. Never coercion, never convincing, always a choice. I just can't believe in a coercive, convincing God. Good, now I'm going to wigulate my fingers and toes and circulate super ecstatic feel good through my nervous system. I don't have a nervous system anymore. I have a calm and peaceful system. Now, when you're ready, you just bring your knees in and you curl left or right, whichever way seems to be most uninhibited, inviting. Good, then keeping your eyes closed to keep the creamy filling on the inside for a moment. We'll sit up together, super extra slow.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
And the kids came full circle. They were sitting up together. So many friends came during class. Great to see you. We'll bring our paws into our heart and we'll pause with our paws at our heart. Pause when agitated. And we'll relax our chin down and we'll connect to peace together. And feeling that beautiful blendedness of being. All together they say, Namaste. Oh. Man, the day after a migraine, it feels like I've been hit in the head with a baseball bat a few times. But you know what? Sometimes it knocks a little sense into me, which is good. And I'm super grateful to hang out with my friends. Guess who else likes all these pillows? Ow. Guess who else? Ow. Guess who likes all these pillows and blankets? You know who. Looney Bin Laden, the crazy cat. And wear your cat hat if you have one. It's what all the Paris designers are recommending, wearing a cat hat. Now we'll say hello via pixelated helloing.